Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal. It's that time again. West Ham against Arsenal match preview. It's them again. It's West Ham again. In 2023, they definitely got the better of us. We played them 3 times. They ruined it for us all 3 times. Obviously, the first one contributed to us losing the title last season, a 2-2 draw with 3 away, a 2-goal lead. This season, they eliminated us from the Carabao Cup comfortably, actually 3-1. We only scored our goal like with the final kick of the game. Should have been 3-0. And on top of that, I was thinking, listen, they're coming to the Emirates Stadium, a chance to revenge for everything that has gone down in 2023. They've already gotten the better of us twice at the London Stadium in 2023. They also had that fiasco with the Declan Rice situation. Let's beat them at the Emirates and prove to them that Declan Rice joined a better team. They beat us 2-0 at our place. And the man of them beating us, the fact that the first goal was out of play, according to us, and according to the angles, the ball was already out, and they scored the first goal with that. And on top of that, they scored the second goal from a corner. Mavropanos, a former Arsenal player. And on top of that, Declan Rice gave away a penalty in that game. And luckily, Raya saved it. It could have been 3-0. So it could have been back-to-back 3 goals that they scored against us. So if you look at the last 3 games, they scored 2 against us, then 3, then 2. 7 goals. How many have we managed against them in that time? 3. So they really got the better of us. This is a huge chance to put everything back in place. And we couldn't have faced them at a much better time. West Ham have played 8 times this year and they haven't won a single game. They recently just lost to Man United 3-0 in the FA Cup. I think they drew with Bristol City at the London Stadium, and then they went to Bristol City. Bristol beat them 1-0. They also drew with Bournemouth recently. They've had some really bad results, really bad results. They haven't won a game this year. So it's pointing out to be the same way like it was the last couple of games we played against them, because before we played them in the league in December, West Ham fans were not happy. They were like, no, man, we've been losing games. We're definitely going to lose to Arsenal 3-0, 4-0. And then they came to our place and kept a clean sheet and beat us. And I think the same situation when we played them in the Carabao Cup. West Ham fans were predicting Arsenal to go through easily and all that, but they beat us. So we definitely cannot take this game for granted at all. They'll be fired up for it. I think it's going to be the first time at London Stadium where Declan Rice is going to start against them. He came off the bench in the Carabao Cup match. I think it was already lost. So it's going to be a big game. It's a game that both teams are taking seriously. Despite everything I've just said about West Ham and their fans not being happy with Moyes and all that, they're still in a very good league position. Like a couple of wins, they could easily be a few points behind the top 4 and the top 5. So they're not doing badly in the league. They're a team that can definitely beat you. They have some really good players in the team. Kudus is back from AFCON. Obviously, there's Bowen. He's kind of dropped off after Paqueta got injured. But what am I hearing? Paqueta could be fit for this game. And Mikel Antonio, I've not seen him for around 3 years. He's going to be back for this game, just like Thiago for Liverpool. I've not seen those players for years, but he could be back for this game. So they do have players. They scored a corner against us last game. Ward-Prowse, very good delivery. I mean, they really love to get one of Arsenal. You wouldn't even be surprised if you hear that Ben Rama is coming back to play 1 game for them and then go back to Lyon. But it's a game we have to take seriously, and it's a game we have to win. There's one thing I've been asking for the whole season. Can we win 5 games in a row? Last season, we did it at the beginning of the season. We did it before the World Cup, and after the World Cup as well, we won like 7, 8 games in a row. This season, I don't think we've won more than 4 in a row. We've now won 3 big ones against Crystal Palace, a 5-0 win, a very good win against Nottingham Forest away from home as well, and a very convincing win against Liverpool, scoring 3 goals past them, putting 3 past them. 4th game is West Ham. Just like last season, we're playing Liverpool and West Ham back-to-back, just like we did in December as well. We're playing West Ham and Liverpool back-to-back. Last season, they ruined it for us, both of them. We lost and drew to both of them in December. This time we beaten Liverpool. Can we beat West Ham and make it 4 wins in a row? If you get past West Ham and you make it 4 wins in a row, you can easily win 8 or 9 games, because we have Burnley coming up, Sheffield United coming up, Chelsea at home, Newcastle at home. We could easily put a run together. Now, Man City being Man City and winning 5 league games in a row, we have to keep up with them. we cannot afford to even draw one game. We just have to keep on winning. You have to expect Liverpool and Man City to keep on winning. Just keep on winning and wait and see what will happen when they both face each other and when you face Man City. But you have to keep on winning every single game. Let's make it 4 wins out of 4. As I said, I'm comfortable. This time I'm comfortable. I'm not comfortable, but confident going into this game just because of the last few games that we've played. Still wary because they were very capable of putting another one against us, putting one on us again, beating us again, basically. So they're very capable of that. But hoping this time you're going there with even more confidence. If you get a 2-goal lead, I don't expect us to bottle it this time. This time you have Rice. This time you have a fit Saliba with Gabriel at the back. If we get those 2 goals, let's go and get a win. Let's try and score early. If you let West Ham score fast against you like they did in the league at the Emirates, it's going to be hard. They're also the only team to beat us at the Emirates this season. So there's a lot of reasons we need to win this game as well. So, and I think we're playing on Sunday, and Liverpool and Man City are playing on the Saturday. So by the time we play this game, City could be 3 points above us, and Liverpool could be back to 5 points above us. And I'm expecting that because Liverpool are at home to Burnley and Man City are at home to Everton. So if you drop points in this one, let's say you lose to West Ham, the Liverpool win doesn't help. If the way we've beaten Liverpool, you have to win the next game. If you beat Liverpool and then lose the next game, it's back to 5 points ahead of us, and we've done nothing pretty much. And Man City, obviously, if you lose this game and Man City have a game in hand and they're 3 points above you, make it 6. It's pretty much over because we're heading into March, and the Champions League is starting and all that pressure. But in terms of team news, the likes of Tomiyasu are back, so I am really happy that those players like that are back. Timber could be back as well. But which kind of lineup would I go for if I was Mikel Arteta? Let's start with the defense. Now, Zinchenko went off in the last game. I'm still not sure if it was an injury or a knock or just a tactical move. But if I was the manager, I'd stick with that defense. We don't really have much to do in terms of defense. Raya in goal, Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White. Kiwior came on and played really well. So if he's thinking about starting, I don't really mind it, to be honest. But Zinchenko gives you a lot more going forward. Although we saw Kiwior doing a lot as well going forward, getting a chance and creating a chance as well in that second half, I'm going to stick with Zinchenko. Last time we played against West Ham last season, Bowen put him on string. So hopefully this time he can handle it better. Although I think Bowen starts as a center forward. This time he's up against Kudus, even tougher, a more trickier player. So that would be my defense. Midfield, what would I do? Jorginho, man of the match performance against Liverpool. Would I stick with the same, or would I go more attacking? If you go more attacking, it means you take off Jorginho, you bring Rice back to the number 6 position, and then that allows you to have Odegaard and someone else, a Smith Rowe or a Trossard or Havertz or someone else, depending on whether Jesus is back as well. But even if he's back, this is what I would do in midfield. I'd stick with Jorginho, man of the match performance, keep him there. Rice struggled a bit. The home game against West Ham, probably the only match he's struggled this season against, and it was somehow against West Ham. So West Ham have a very physical midfield, and players like Ward-Prowse are very technical as well. They have Soucek there and many other players. They've just signed Calvin Phillips. I think we can expose him a bit. He's just made 2 mistakes in 2 games. Not as powerful as what we're used to in other players. I think Calvin Phillips against Rice, they played together in England, but I would expect Rice to get the better of him. But I would stick with Jorginho, Rice, and Odegaard. I think that Jorginho's presence will take a bit of pressure away from Rice, and Rice can go forward and, inject that goal, against West Ham at the London Stadium. So both of them in midfield with Odegaard as well. What about the front line? Trossard, the last 2 games is come on unbelievable. Smith Rowe is there as well. And then obviously our other players are there. Saka, Havertz, Martinelli, Jesus could be back for this one. I'm recording this before we actually have we have actual team news, but I'm assuming he's going to be back because he said he's going to be out for a few days, maybe weeks. But let's see. My forward line will be Martinelli, Trossard, and Saka. Now, the one for Martinelli and Trossard, I wouldn't mind them switching. Trossard on the left and Martinelli up front. Now, Havertz against Liverpool, he played well. I wanted him to start that game. But this particular game, big stadium, London Stadium, they're going to give you space to run and all that. Martinelli, Saka, and Trossard, a lot of pace there. As I said, you can have Trossard switching to the left side and picking out those passes to Martinelli. Rare with the long balls as well, Zinchenko with his passes as well. If you get those spaces in behind Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, you can easily get goals, as we did in the first 10 minutes of the last season's game at the London Stadium. Hopefully, you can do the same. That leaves on the bench Ramsdale, Kivio, Tomiyasu is back. Good to have him there. Maybe some of you start Tomiyasu, let me know. El Neni, Havertz, Smith-Rowe, Nketiah, Jesus, and Reece Nelson. Now, if Gabriel Jesus is not fit, obviously you're going to have Cedric there or Nwaneri there. But that would be my team. My prediction for the game, I went for 3-2 against Liverpool. We won 3-1. West Ham are not confident, but as I say, they were not confident when we played them at the Emirates as well, but they beat us. But this time, having won 3 games in a row, Saka is back to scoring, Martinelli is back to scoring, Trossard is scoring, enjoying himself. Rice, I don't think he'd want to have another poor performance against West Ham. Jorginho has been playing well as well. Defensively, I think we are good. We can always score from a set piece as well. As long as we are careful in terms of them scoring from set pieces as well, I think they're going to get a goal. I'd love a clean sheet, but I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to go for West Ham 1, Arsenal 3. Another 3-1 victory for Arsenal. I am going to go for Saka to score again, Odegaard to score at the London Stadium again like he did last season, and I'm going to go for Trossard to score. I don't care who scores, as long as we get the win. If you win this game, very, very good, because you have another week's break, and the next game is Burnley. You could easily get 5 wins in a row. I've been asking for this season. So let me know your prediction. Let me know your starting lineup. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.